My name is Shannon Buckley. In 1 week, I'll be leaving to go to France for the Bachelor's Food, Wine, and Agriculture trip, and we'll be spending our time in northern France. We're going to be starting our trip in Paris for the first week, and then we'll be moving through Champagne, Alsace, Normandy, Strasbourg, and Caen. I'm really looking forward to the Champagne region because I love Champagne, and it's the only place that Champagne can be made. They do a lot of the authentic riddling systems there by hand, which we've never seen in person. I've seen videos, but to actually see the cellars and see these people who all they do all day is go around and spin the bottles to get the bubbles and everything, it's so authentic, and so I think it'll be, you know, once in a lifetime experience. My favorite part of the trip was Champagne, which I was really excited to go to, and we ended up staying with local families while we were there, and you really got to experience the real culture, not just what you see in movies or what they want you to see. You see stuff that they don't want you to see too, which was great because you got to really know them, and they opened up their homes to you and made you really good food and opened up old wine, and it was great. We saw all of your typical tourist sites, the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, and we got to experience a lot of things that most people don't see. When we were in Cancun, we got to work 2 days very closely with a chef there who owns a hostel and a restaurant, and he gave us a whole workshop on spices because that's really what they work on closely there, and seafood. And we made a lobster dinner with him, and we didn't even just make it with him, we did all the prep with him and the seasonings, and he taught us everything that he did on the dishes. With the lobster, we did this cocoa nib sauce, which I was like, why are you putting chocolate with lobster? But it actually was the best lobster I probably have ever had, and it was so fresh. We picked it up from the market that morning. And with the wineries, as we're tasting the wine with the producers sitting right there with us, they're telling us what they would pair with them and how they like to think of this wine. We also learned how cheese is made and got to see it and smell it and taste it, which you don't really get the chance to do in the US. That's very a closed experience, and they were very welcoming for us. But we're learning about stuff that we talk about at school or that you've already taken a class on, and then we're learning more about it, or we're visiting these places that you hear about, like Moet and Chandon. Like, that's like a huge Champagne name, and we went there and talked to the people and got a private tour and tasting. And I feel like the France trip is just extending the knowledge you're already learning instead of having to learn something completely different that you've never even heard of.